Hi, my name is Dr. Richard Mata, and I would like to demonstrate to you how I explain dengue fever in a patient, especially when the patient was newly admitted and is inside a hospital, and of course the patient is worried, the members of the family are worried. So how do I explain dengue fever in a very simple way, so that the worries will decrease, and at the same time I will be able to teach them what to monitor so that the severity will be prevented. So I get a piece of paper, and this is what I do. So for example, this is the piece of paper. So I ask them if the fever, for example, the fever started on a Sunday. So I'll write here Sunday, and then I say Sunday plus 6 days. So what is Sunday plus 6 days? The answer is Saturday. So that's the first thing that I do. And then I say, because in dengue fever, it's like you're a cellophane, plastic cellophane with water in it, and it has holes in it. What does it happen if there are holes in a cellophane with water? Of course, the water will leak out. So what I'm trying to say is that the blood vessel, for example, this is the blood vessel of a dengue patient, it has holes in it. That's what we call plasma leakage. The blood vessel has holes in it. So because platelets are very small in sizes, it goes out through those holes. So that's what comes out, the platelets. So the reason why the platelets decreases is because the blood vessel has holes. It's like your holes has thousands of pinpoint holes everywhere, all over the body. So imagine that the platelets are going out. The second thing that comes out from those holes is the water. So there are two things that goes out through these holes, tiny holes, the platelets and the water. Now these holes here will just disappear by itself on a specific time. What time would that be? It will disappear on day 6, on the 6th day. So if the patient develops fever on a Sunday, the holes is estimated to disappear on a Saturday. So why 6 days? Well, it's the normal healing time of a patient. Say for example, you have I have a wound like here on my face, and then you apply medicine, even the best medicine. You apply, for example, papaya leaves, if that's what you think. Do you think the wound will disappear tomorrow? Of course not. The next day, you know the wound will still be there, but after 6 days, we all know that the wound will just heal by itself. So that's the normal healing period. You cannot rush healing. There's a time for healing. So that's what the healing time needs. Number two, the same way with a viral infection. Dengue is a virus. A virus comes in and usually stays around 6 to 7 days, and it goes out. So that's two reasons. Number one is the normal healing period, and at the same time, the time limit of a virus that stays in the body. Okay? So going back to the picture, if the Sunday started with a fever for 6 days, then by Saturday the holes will again decrease. That means if the platelet of the patient, for example, is 150, if it's not yet Saturday or the 6th day, naturally it will drop to 90, then the next day will be around 65, for example, then around 45, meaning the platelet really decreases every day until the 6th day, which is the Saturday. Then after the 6th day, it's gonna do a U-turn. It's gonna go up. So for example, 45, again it revises to 50, then goes to 60 gradually. That's the pattern of a platelet. in dengue. It only drops for 6 days, then it does a U-turn by the 6th day. Okay, so the problem actually is not the platelets. Why? Because the platelet will just go down and then will do a U-turn on the 6th day. That's the reason why there are many herbals or plants like papaya in our country, tawa-tawa, or many other herbals that they thought is the cure, but it's not really the cure, because it's really natural that the platelet will increase on the 6th day. So because they don't know that, they thought it was the herbals that they were giving that the one that increased, but it's a natural increase actually. The thing here is this: the water. If the platelet decreases every day, which is natural, until day 6, and the water decreases as well, which we call dehydration, because as we know, water goes out from the blood vessels. If the patient develops dehydration, that where is the danger, because dehydration will cause injury to your intestine, which will cause ulcer formation. Now, if you have an ulcer formation, you'll start to bleed from your intestine, like you're gonna vomit blood, or in the stool you have blood. And because the platelet is low, there will be a severe bleeding. But if there was no dehydration, then there will be no ulcer formation. Therefore, even if the platelets are low, there will be no severe bleeding, because there was no formation of ulcer, which was triggered by a dehydration. So the bottom line is that if the patient is not dehydrated, even if the platelet is low, the patient will not go into danger. Other problems of dehydration is, of course, kidney failure and sudden shock because of lack of water. So bottom line, dengue is a dehydration disease. It's like diarrhea. You focus here. Many people focus here and they forgot this one. That's why many people die of dengue fever. Now, you may ask, how will I know if I'm dehydrated or not? Well, the easiest answer is this: urine. If you always urinate at least less than 4 hours with a clear urine, you're gonna survive dengue fever. So meaning, if you are hydrated properly, you will be urinating around 2 hours or even less, 3 hours. But if you're urinating 5 or 6 hours, there's a sign. I'm not saying that you're already dehydrated, but it is proper that should be ahead of it. And the same thing, if the urine color is clear, transparent yellow, that's a good color. But if it's dark yellow or orange or almost brown, that's already a sign of dehydration. So bottom line, it's not a worry if the platelet decreases, as long as you're always urinating. So the same way in this picture, even if the cellophane leaks with water, if you can give enough water coming in more than the water coming out, you will achieve a balance. But if the water that comes out is lesser than the water that comes in, the level of water will go here until the cellophane collapses. So that is dangerous. So this is basically dengue management. Water goes in should be more than the water that goes out, which with a proof that the patient will always urinate. That's dengue fever management. Okay, with that, thank you very much.